Well, the last call went horribly, horribly wrong. You remember last night when I said that I went through my phone numbers and... what's this? Here we go. This is Torps TV.
Hey, Torp.
I just tried to call you. I got your, unfortunately...
I know.
Yeah.
I was soaking in Epsom, you know, in the tub. Sorry, you're not officially phoned.
Oh, shit, you actually... Oh. I wasn't going to post that anyway. But, no, yeah, what he meant by I wasn't officially pwned is he can play the message back, and I hope he does, but I figured he was setting me up to call his mother. Anyway, it's a long story. You heard
Oh, no, not at all. I meant what I said on your thing.
Oh, cool. All right. We shared a PM. What you guys missed was this. Basically, I told you everybody it was going to be random. This was an exception because I wanted to actually talk to him without waiting possibly weeks or months to do it. I love to talk to the man, just man to man, and you guys are here, so congratulations, you got front seats.
There you go.
I got a question for you right off the bat, though. Since this was not pre-planned, but since I knew I was going to talk to the man, I wanted to have at least one good question for him. What is it that you think that YouTube keeps bringing you back for?
Drama.
Drama. Wow, I didn't expect that from you, actually.
Really?
No, actually, I didn't, to be honest. I actually didn't.
Actually, not like high-end drama, but just like fun.
Oh, yeah, fun drama. Right. You got to clarify these days because a lot of people think drama is people losing their jobs, blah, 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 blah.
Oh, no, not that far.
No.
And people busting each other's balls and fucking with each other.
Yeah, well, like the good old Riley days. Just busting balls is fun, right.
Well, Riley still does that, so...
Yeah, but he's going to have to change his game at least a little bit, in my opinion, because everybody knows 3 seconds into the video, it's
a gotcha.
It's a gotcha. Right. Actually, I did want to say something about your videos, however, that I never share on PMs, I never share in comments, I never do anything besides like what you do, which is, you know, comment back here and there. Right. And that's to say, whether you're drinking or not drinking, who knows? Because, you know, we can all act our way out of a paper bag at this point, but actually, you're one of the few people on this, well, let's just call it this corner of YouTube, that actually is kind of wasting away, in my opinion, because you're entertaining. I do find you entertaining. Sometimes you're so smart you piss me off.
Well, you know.
No, I'm not kidding. Sometimes you're so smart you actually piss me off because I think, it's not because I want you to make a smart video, it's because you're smart. And I'm not, you know, I know what that sounds like and I've heard it myself before. The thing is that you have the same problem that a few other people in this corner of YouTube have, and that's when you're smart, it gets wasted. It gets kicked to the curb.
So you're saying I'm fucking up the lows because I actually know what's going on, right?
That I wouldn't put it that way. See, a lot of people know what's going on.
A lot of people get pissed off at me when I fuck up the lows because I know what's going on. I can already tell. And then they say, well, what the hell did you do that for?
So what you're saying is that...
You're killing the lows, and I'm saying, well, I'm just trying to keep it real.
Let me tell you why I believe that. It was last year, I believe it was last year. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but sometime last year, my, quote, haters, unquote, were coming at me pretty good, and they left my wife's works documentation on your video. I brought it to your attention, and you removed it, like that, and you never spoke about it in the video. It's never popped up again.
Oh, well, I don't like docs being dropped on my... That's not cool at all.
Well, I believe that because actually my wife's docs were dropped on his channel, and I asked him about it, and he said, I'll remove it, and he did, and it's never been brought up again. I've never even been contacted by anybody he's friends with to tell me that this, that, and the other. That was pretty cool.
In the message, I remember that now, and you said, hey, move that shit, and I said, oh, of course, sorry.
And he did. And he never brought it up again.
All the funny shit on YouTube has nothing to do with people's personal shit.
Right, and the funny thing about that was, you know...
Ordered you a pizza, Torp.
Yeah, well, he ordered me a pizza.
He did.
I'll be honest with you, I felt bad for that kid. He couldn't have been 17 years old, and he felt all stupid.
Yeah, I feel bad for the whole thing, but that was just like... ha ha ha, caught up in the moment and all
Right.
that shit. And I was like, oh, that's fucked up.
Well, you know what's funny about stories like that is that they'll happen again. They will. They'll happen again because they watch us and then they kind of grow and they want to get noticed or they want to be seen. They want their channel to blossom into something, and so they say, well, how did these guys do it? And they said, well, they ordered people pizzas. That's what they did. They ordered pizzas and they dropped docs. It's like, well, that's what I'm going to do then.
No, I mean, when they started getting like hella personal, like they did with Joe Cool and his son, and Toronto and a Cameo, I was just like, oh, fuck that. I'm not.
Was that your TCC days?
Yes.
Okay, because I was going to say the same thing happened to me, but it was way before the TCC. It was called the Egg Channel days.
Yeah.
Had the same problem. Same exact. My entire family was removed from Facebook and put on YouTube. All of them, every last one of them. Kids, father, mother, sisters, the whole smack. Yeah. Even the obituary was butchered by. I'll leave the names out of it, but let's just say they are in this corner of YouTube, and that was way before the TCC days.
Right.
And my father died, and they knew about it, so they butchered his obituary. And long story short, I relate to what you're saying. I relate to it.
Yeah. You get caught up in the moment and think it's all happy, fun time, and then you reflect on, oh wow, these people are doing some real fucked up shit. You know.
Well, yeah. As a matter of fact, something caught my attention that you said in a video over and over again, probably without, I'd say throughout this year, actually, and that is, you wanted to get back on Skype with Kid Blood and some other channels on here, and you didn't want to because, you know, usually when you get into those rooms on these, I call them third-party websites. If I'm wrong, it's not a big deal. You don't have to correct me in the comments, but whatever. But I related to what you were saying because when I got into those chat rooms or those Skype rooms, whatever, it was usually one person yelling and screaming and saying, cunt, cunt. And so the YouTube staff knows this is not a bashing video or hate video. We're merely discussing the things that have happened and giving our opinions about what has happened. So you know.
Right. I mean, I loved hanging out with all of them, you know, with Kid Blood and with, since you mentioned Kid Blood, I'll mention him too, but just with all of them.
Right. No, there's actually some good guys back there.
It was great, fun party time, but it got to a point where it was wasting my time.
Oh, yeah. Well, I can relate to that as well.
They would call my house and say, go on Skype, go on Skype, call my house, go on Skype, go on Skype. And I was like, okay, you know, I'll be there if I'm there, but I don't want to be dictated around and, you know.
You want to hear something interesting about what you just said?
What's that?
I had the same problem with Team Torp. Same exact problem. It became to the point where the phone rang off the hook. Skype never stopped. Everybody wanted me to watch their video before it went up. Everybody wanted approval. Everybody was sending me links, and if I didn't watch their link, if I wasn't on Skype at the right time, people got upset. And those were my friends.
I guess it's just a gradual progression of what happens. You get on here, you get recognized, you're all excited, you meet some people, some drama happens, you're like, yeah, fuck you, I'm better than you. It works its way down, you meet a few people here and there, and then it's just like, okay, and then it gets stale. And you're like, okay, what can I do now?
Yeah, you know what? Those are very wise words. I've spoken to myself, not to steal your thunder. We just happen to agree on it. That's what happens when people get popular slowly, and then their popularity slowly goes back. It backtracks. They're like, no, I want it back. So you gotta do what people call the shock value at that point, and that's when it gets hairy.
See, I don't even want to do that. I just want to come out. I do a shock value, but with my gay pink cat video. You know?
Yeah, actually, I wanted to comment that, but to be honest with you, I'm kind of changing my game, if you want to call it a game. I did like that video, though. You kind of stole the community's thunder a little bit. And I have a channel, my channel, not Daniel's channel, my channel. I actually deleted the one. Yeah.
Come on now, Torp. The community whore is a woman, a slut. That's gay Craig right there, okay?
Well, I can't relate to that at all.
That's just
bitch.
I don't know.
But no, yeah, the community whores.
It up and make it funny. because everybody's always calling me a homophobe and everything, you know?
I'll be honest with you. There's a lot of stuff you did that I've questioned. I haven't put it out there like they have, but I've questioned it. But then I got to thinking about a few things, you know, and I let it go because, truthfully, what you said made sense about grown damn men. Let me give you an example. I have to drive home every single day from a lot of my job sites. Every single day I take the same path home. I drive right through a high school. Literally, right through it. There's a street that goes between a high school and a bank. I gotta go down that street for a mile, and there's all these people walking up and down the street from school. And yes, guess what? There's a lot of girls walking home from that school too. And if it was not for the fact that I knew that these girls went to high school, I would not be able to tell you whether or not they were 18, 14, 25, or 30, because they all dress like they're going to nightclubs. And any man at 3 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon that tells you different is a liar. You literally have to drive with your eyes closed in fear of somebody calling you a pedo. I kind of felt you on those videos last year, I did. I kind of felt that.
Thank you for saying that, because that's my whole point that I was trying to get across.
Well, I didn't say I agreed with everything that you said, but I understood that point.
Well, when it came down to the Skype calls and then grilling me, then I was just being stupid.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'd screw her.
Well, I know, but you were drunk too, and you know what? I gotta give you props for being drunk like that on YouTube. Everybody knocks it, but everybody does it. They're like a bunch of closet drinkers.
It was like, what if she was 13? And I was like, no, I have my standards.
Well, obviously.
And then everybody thought I was serious.
No, I knew you weren't serious, but at that point, I was very curious about Michelle Stacy, because Michelle Stacy seems like she's really, really out to get people, but then she's hanging out with the people that falsely accuse other people of doing it.
You know what?
I was like, what the fuck is she doing? I don't know. What is she doing? I have no idea.
God. Michelle Stacy cannot stand me, right?
She doesn't like much of anybody except for Real Man.
I know, I can't stand her, but we have some conversations, and she's all right.
I have no problem with Michelle Stacy. I just didn't understand what part of her...
I don't either.
Here's the thing, Craig. I didn't understand what part of her philosophy I was supposed to follow. Because after she's serious about bashing you for the pedo card, she goes right back on Blog TV, and she's with Real Man, while Real Man's calling people pedos that are clearly not, and she supported him. So I was like, what side of Michelle Stacy am I supposed to follow? So I stopped following it. I did. I had to. Because I thought at first she was kind of like Stallota. Stallota is actually one of those people from the actual inception of YouTube. If you don't know who she is, don't worry about it.
Yeah, I know who she is.
She actually is worried about real-life pedos. She actually is concerned. That's why she's not here. She's actually doing other things off of YouTube where that's concerned.
God bless her, then.
Yeah, well, she stopped doing it for the drama, because when it actually got to be drama and laws, she quit.
Right.
She quit. Stallota quit. She was done. She's like, you know what? Y'all can go fuck yourselves.
You know,
basically, that's what she did.
More power to them, because they're like, okay, that's not what I came here for.
Right. Exactly. And I thought that Stallota was all about the laws. Turns out she was mad at me because she thought I was all about the laws. Big misunderstanding. Big misunderstanding. She's actually a very wise and caring person. But that's actually not what this call is about. This call is about the fact that I understood what you were talking about. I tell my wife this every time. If I look across the street, all these kids are crossing it, I have to make sure I don't hit one of them. And if there happens to be a couple of high school girls walking across the street the way they dress today, the people in the other cars look at me, I'm worried. Do I look like a freak? Do they think I'm what's that word, a pervert? But I have to look. What am I supposed to do? And the reason I'm afraid to look is obvious. Because they're dressed up like 30-year-olds, 25-year-olds. If it wasn't for the high school, I wouldn't even know.
And that's what it came down to. Everybody was thinking that I was like luring teenagers into my room with candy or something. Like, no, I'm just saying I look, and they look.
Right.
They look good. You know.
Well, you know what? I got to put a kibosh just a little bit on my thoughts on how they look. I was just expressing my opinion about how the situation would appear.
Right.
Me being on the road, crossing the road.
But it's the same. I mean,
you can't help the look. I mean, if someone's going to throw a butt cheek in your face, You can't drive blind, you know. Okay, there's a butt cheek. There it goes. Wow, that's a really big butt cheek. All of a sudden, you're a perv.
You know what? Jim Riley said the same thing. Because when
Right.
everybody's giving me that much shit, he was like, "Hey, what the fuck's wrong with you guys? You're a man. You see something hot walking down the street, you're gonna look at it."
Right, exactly. And
Sorry.
I think we made a good.
If you go, do something about it, then fuck you. But
I think we made a good solid point there. You know what I'd like to move on to, and that's I think a good point's made. Like Bill Gates said, once you have sold something, don't try to sell it again. The truth is, why do you have Cat's Arse as a channel? Why don't you have Craig? We all know your first name. I'm not repeating your last one, but why don't you have like your real name on a channel, or go back to like I don't know.
want to know the real story on that?
Love to know it. Absolutely would love it.
Oh God, this might get your channel flagged down if you put it up there. But no, I'll tell you. You know, what's her name? Vlogger Cat Riley.
Oh yeah, yes, absolutely. Oh.
He had a big fight, okay? And she was on not Vaughn TV. What's up? Skype. And she was showing her ass and showing her tits and this and that, and she claimed that she didn't, and all this crap. So during that time, I made the channel Cat's Arse, because Cat's ass wasn't accepted.
Imagine
I had
that.
a picture of her damn ass up there to prove it. But my other channel got flagged down after that, whichever one I was. I can't remember. I have more lost channels than life in a tent, you know.
I've actually lost a few this year myself. I'm surprised. I'm getting a little bit wet behind the ears here.
I flagged one of your videos. I can't remember why, but
Doesn't matter. If you're in this corner of YouTube, I've made this video. It's still up. It's private, but it's still up. If you're in this corner of YouTube and you complain about getting a flag, you need to go to another corner of YouTube and stop.
Oh yeah,
Shut up. Just shut up. Exactly. Just shut up. If you've got a flag on this corner of YouTube and you're going to complain about it, I'm actually talking to the camera now. You're in the wrong corner of YouTube. Every single person in this corner of YouTube will flag a video. We're called closet flaggers. Every last one of us does it. We've always done it. It's always been there. It's always the case. Riley himself flags just to piss people off because he needs new customers. Go ahead, Craig.
that's true.
I know it's true. I know it's true.
I know it's true too.
Everybody here.
Everybody should know that.
Everybody here flags. Every last one of us.
That was the bottom line of why I'm Cat's Arse.
Gotcha.
Put that to piss her off, and then she left. I guess she came back as some drunk TV thing or something, but
Yes, I did watch a couple of those videos, and to be honest with you,
Yeah.
if she was in a different corner of YouTube, that would work. But I noticed when she was hiding, she was getting no views, and when Zoolander John exposed her by leaving a comment on her video and it showed up in his feed, she had no problem with it going community viral, as I call it.
right.
Right, so that was kind of pre-planned. I ain't got nothing against her. I got nothing against her, but that was kind of pre-planned. How easy it was for me to find her channel. Zoolander posted a comment, and boom, she got like 20 subscribers in a week, and now all of a sudden she's up again to 30 and 40 views a week.
Well, that's how we do it when we
Right.
want to be found.
Exactly. You know who the big mouths are, you know who to contact, and they'll take it from there.
That's why I don't care about getting pink slips and getting flagged down, because as long as there's not, as long as there's a situation where I can create another channel, everybody's going to find me.
That's a fact, especially when the lulls get slow.
Right. That's
Right.
why I put my videos on you, because you keep your video responses open. Real Man does that. There's several people that do that. Just keep their videos open, and boom, you'll find them like that.
Well, we're going to have to cut this video down just to make sure it don't shut off on me, because I'm really getting sick of that part of these videos. When the phone call, somebody says something good, camera cuts off, it pisses everybody off. But I want to say this on the up and up, because it is on the up and up. This is not a TCC thing. Again, I've said this 2 videos in a row. This will be my last one. I'm not harassing people, guys. I'm not looking for lulls and ponies. I'm wanting to have a real conversation with one of the people that I know or you know. That's all this is. Take from it what you will, but that's on you guys. That's not on me. This is Cat's Arse. You guys know him as Craig here on YouTube.
And I gave you my complete permission to call me, by the way.
Thank you very much. Actually, that's pretty cool. Again,
Right.
that's actually why I called. This was not a random phone call, but the dialogue was random. Just so you guys know.
No.
I actually saw his mother's number last night, and I was hoping I saw his, but his wasn't working, so I'm glad he called me. Thanks for the PM. Of course,
Welcome.
that's mine. If you have it, you have it. You share it, you share it. I'm not sharing it. That's not what I'm here
I
to
will
do.
never drop your docs like that.
Well, everybody's got my docs, but the point is
Yeah, exactly. It
I'm
doesn't
not
matter.
worried about my docs. I'm not worried about my docs for one reason.
I've seen your phone number before, but you didn't give me permission to use it, so I'd never call you.
See, and he means that, by the way, because when my wife's docs were dropped on his video, he immediately removed them, and I've never heard about it from anybody since that day, and that was last year. So this guy does have quite a bit of credibility. As some people would call it, no credibility. This guy has some credibility. I don't know him. He's not my friend. He's somebody I coexist with on YouTube. Maybe, just maybe, someday here on YouTube, we could all actually not worry about knowing who we were and actually just enjoy each other. Doubt it.
I won't.
I doubt it.
I won't call you Trop anymore. All right?
Trop. That never bothered me. You call me what you want to. Everybody knows my name, but I appreciate
All
the
right,
sentiment.
Papadopoulos.
Tropodopoulos. Well, actually, that one, you know where that came from, right?
The eggs, I think.
Well, actually, that was Dirk. That was his way of calling me a pedo.
Oh, I miss Dirk, dude.
I wish I could say the same, but if it was up to Dirk, he would pull the plug on YouTube just to make sure he did something fun for a
I
day.
know. I had fun fighting with Dirk.
Well, he was actually, Dirk is one of the most malicious people I've ever met in the United States.
Well, you know what? It's not like he liked me or I liked him, but he was fun to fight with. It was like every day there'd be somebody.
Right, I agree with that.
You bullshit, you basement boy,
Yes.
living with your mother, and I loved it.
That was fun to watch until he actually contacted you or a family member, which he did. He took it off YouTube quite often. That's a lot. That you don't have to believe that. Those who know what happened, happened. That's not what I'm calling you for.
About the video where he's calling.
Right. He did the same thing that Casey did. He took it off YouTube, ran with it, and actually hurt people, innocent people, family members. To me, Dirk was an entertaining guy until he did that. That's all. But I didn't call you about Dirk. That was just a side note. A little cliff note, if you will. I hope Dirk's alive and doing well. Hope his family's well.
Oh, I do too. I
But-
have no ill will against Dirk.
To be honest with you, I think maybe he learned something about himself through the last 2 years. Maybe that's why he's not here. You don't have to be a jerk for people to like you. I know it's a weird concept, but it's actually true. You don't actually have to be a jerk for people to like you. I know.
Yeah.
I know it's weird.
If it's not your character, whatever.
I know. And I started watching Dirk from his inception, and he was a blast. And then he just
I loved Dirk when I first.
got weird. He got weird. He did get weird though.
It's like, hey, you're a good guy, this, that, and the other. You vlog like a person should vlog, this, that, and the other thing. I asked him one question about Shayna, and I was the devil.
Yeah, well, Shayna is actually Dirk's. They are actually real enemies, by the way.
Yeah.
They're actually well. That's another conversation. That's a whole.
I know.
No. Let's not bore people with that because everybody's like, "Oh God, here we go again," and they'd be right. They'd be right. We've all heard about that. I'm still trying to find a way to contact her for a conversation. And
You know what? To tell you the truth, I made peace with Shayna, and I have no problem with her.
Well, I tried, and then I thought that part of my life is over because if Shayna gets upset, she could fall right back in. She's like a drunk with lulls.
Oh, no. Well,
She's on the wagon. She's on the wagon right now. She's doing good. So I decided to leave her alone and let her stay good. Just let her alone. Just let her stay good. That was me though. That was just me because I knew her longer than you did. I partied with her longer than you did. I didn't do the things that you guys did, but I knew her for a long time, and I knew her to the point where she is a super nice person. But when she gets mad, she doesn't let it go, and she will do anything that she has to do what she calls, defending her family. And sometimes nobody's attacking her family. I tried to explain that to her. And that, like I said, that part of my life is over, and I wish her the best too. I hope she's doing very, very well. I hope she found peace, and I hope she's enjoying her life. I really do. I mean that. Me and her are not friends. We're not speaking. We haven't spoken in years. I don't even know if that's her channel. I never asked. Don't care. It's not because I don't like her. I don't know her. It was a YouTube friendship.
I know, I'm the same way, but there was, I came out attacking her at first, and I called her a witch, I called her Cruella de Vil, and I, made fun of her nose and all this shit, and she was like, why'd you do all that? You don't even know me. And I was like, okay. Then I got to know her, and then the GCC thing happened, and
Yeah.
it was just like, she was under the thumb of Trashy and Hillboy and all that. And the same thing with Shady,
Well, Shady, I plan to get a hold of someday soon. I actually got a machine last night, so I know he knows I'm here. I think he might be worried. I hope he's not.
Wanted to
I hope he's not.
make a long story short, I was just like, I never really had a problem with Shayna at all. I actually saw, when private conversations we had, she's...
Can I ask you? Let's cut that off right there.
lovely person, actually.
Let's not rehash too much on that right now, because I gotta cut this video off.
Yeah.
Video
okay,
camera.
you gotta go?
I think it's got like 20 minutes. I have a shot glass full of tequila. I want to say cheers, Craig.
Wait, hold on. You want to say cheers? I'll fill up my space wine. Ready?
Yeah, cheers, Craig.
Cheers, Torp. Can I call you James?
James Sortel, Mr. Sortelli, Torpino, Trop,
Can I call you
Thorpe.
Can I call you Tropadopoulos?
You can call that. I don't know if anybody's gonna know what it means, but you're welcome to call me as you wish. It's a free country.
All right, Tropadopoulos. Cheers.
Well, there you have it. Thanks, Craig. I appreciate it, man.
All right, later, dude.
Talk.
Bye.
Well, that was Cat's Arse, and as you can tell, you can have a friendly conversation with somebody that you joke around and kick each other in the balls, and it's all good. Tropadopoulos is an old name. It comes way back from the day when somebody was trying to get me to get upset, and I did. But if you don't learn from what happened in the past, if you don't accept what happened in the past as a joke, if you don't learn to man up, you are going to become the joke. What Craig did was he manned up. I got to say, that really kind of touched me when he PM'd me today, and that conversation says it all, I think. So, with that said, I don't know who's going to get called next, but it's going to be interesting to find out. It could be you. People drop docs here every day. But just remember, if I'm calling you, it's not to be malicious. I just want to talk. Because that's what I do here on Torp TV. Torp out.